zoomed out on the total crypto market cap, urgency right now is the name of the game right here in this moment. I don't know how long you've been here in the crypto space, but me personally, I've been tracking this and I've been waiting years for this. I know many of you have been waiting years for this moment, and urgency really is the name of the game. Next 6 to 12 months is something that we have to be incredibly prepared for. Right now, Bitcoin breaking $102,000. The setup on the Bitcoin chart that you see here, insanely bullish looking, and I want to break it all down in this video. So hit the subscribe and like on the way in, and let's just jump into it. I want to start with the headline news, and then we'll dive into the charts. Listen to Trump moments ago.
So we're going to do something great with crypto because we don't want China or anybody else, and not just China, but others are embracing it, and we want to be the head.
Do you realize how bullish this is? Trump not even in office yet, 39 days until he takes office. And all of the things we've been talking about, the Bitcoin Act, Bitcoin US Reserve, US buying 200,000 Bitcoin per year. It's not officially here, but it is so in play. And you see Trump saying things like this. This isn't just Bitcoin, everybody. He's saying we're going to do something great with crypto. So if you're an altcoin holder, as we enter altcoin seasons, we get ready to enter 2025, this is getting serious. So I'm going to dig into the Bitcoin charts. This is going to, I think, dictate the shorter term, even with altcoins. But I do want to start with the general altcoin season setup and where we are. I want to bring up this post. This was from November 9th, 2023, around a year ago, just over a year ago. I said, and it's very relevant to the Bitcoin analysis and the total crypto market cap analysis that we're going to do on the charts. I said, people think this is alt season. I assure you, this is not even close to alt season. I'd say that's around 1 year away, and it's well worth preparing for. And now, I don't know if you were here preparing. I don't know if you were in crypto yet. Maybe you've been here, maybe you haven't. But either way, it is getting urgent because now, a year later, around a year later, we have the altcoin season trigger. That is Bitcoin dominance starting to fall. So back in November 2023, you can see back here, you can see all of this upside was still in play for Bitcoin dominance. We still had the Bitcoin halving that needed to hit. And we just weren't ready from a cycle perspective. It's just solely data driven. All of the analysis that I've done, even back then when I'm tweeting this was strictly based off of cycle data. This is nothing special. And now that we're here and we see the consistency of this data, things are getting real. And I'm telling you, the velocity in which this can happen, the move to the upside, and you see last cycle, and even really the cycle before that. Look at all the way back here, 2017 altcoin season. The velocity in which we can see total crypto market cap, I'm including Bitcoin here, in the next 6 to 12 months is next level insane. So what I want to just discuss very briefly is time frame wise, and then I want to look at Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum, and then we'll look at the Bitcoin price analysis to get a nice sense of what's going on in the short term. We might have a really nice move to the upside setting up. But check this out. Altcoin season, all the way back to here in 2017, around 341 days to the top, okay, from that altcoin season. Last cycle, from altcoin season to the bull market high, 307 days. If we measure altcoin season this cycle to around the kind of the average of, not even the average, but we can just take last cycle, 307 days, we're looking at around October 2025. That's if cycles repeat. There's a lot of speculation and talk out there because of the ETFs, because of the first pro-crypto administration coming into office, that this cycle is going to be a little bit different, a little bit more of a super cycle. But as kind of a general starting point, I think just having this number in mind and this time frame in mind is very critical. We saw how fast, from when I even posted that in November 2023, we got to this moment. So imagine how fast, especially if things are very bullish, how fast we might get to October 2025. The time is now to prepare. And if we look at the Bitcoin dominance chart on the weekly, we got the trigger. The biggest thing I'm watching right now is actually on the daily. We're having this throwback, or I should say pullback to these moving averages. The 20 already crossed the 50-day, just crossed the 200-day, and we're getting this move in. This is Bitcoin dominance chart, by the way. Move into the moving averages. Bitcoin might pull a fast one on us, get this power move, and it just kind of makes a move through these moving averages. But if this analysis just kind of sticks, that is to say, the resistance of these moving averages, Bitcoin starts falling, things could get very crazy for altcoins very fast. And I'm talking about higher highs for altcoins as we enter altcoin season. Ethereum, the biggest, besides Bitcoin dominance, the biggest thing that I'm watching right now. Here's altcoin season, purple line that we see right there. If we go back to last altcoin season and we look at an Ethereum chart, what we're looking for Ethereum is to start really making that power move to break previous bull market all-time high. And you can see after altcoin season, it started doing that. Really nice power move, just going kind of crazy to the upside. The momentum just seems like it just couldn't even be stopped. We're looking for the move right now for Ethereum. I talk about this in recent videos. It's such a good chart if you want to get a sense of, is the top in? Because there's people that are talking about this. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum has not even made the move to all-time high yet. We're just breaking out of this macro multi-year triangle, right? So we're looking to see if Ethereum can make the move now that Bitcoin dominance is falling, make that power move. This will be such a big indicator. I think besides Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum making a power move right now would be the biggest indicator for altcoins and what's getting ready to happen for altcoins. So it is, I think, incredibly important to watch the Ethereum charts right now. You do not have to hold Ethereum. Let's go to Bitcoin on the daily. So here's the deal. Speaking of this post that I made last November 2023, this is because if you go to a Bitcoin chart, you look at the move that Bitcoin was making in general. Here's October, and then into November. We were getting a really nice escape of the bear market vibes and just this lower range of the bear market. It was a multi-move setup to escape this area. And if you look at the consolidation after we finally hit a swing high, this 8-month consolidation pulling into the moving averages, this moment where Bitcoin broke out, very similar to back here in October 2023 into November 2023. That is becoming very relevant right now, even as we start zooming in on the charts. I'm going to explain why. Number one, if we look at this setup, we talk about this often, really over the years. When we see Bitcoin in a bull environment putting in just this higher high, higher low type of channel, they look different, these rising wedges. These are very bullish setups of momentum for Bitcoin. So target to the upside out of this pattern is around the $120,000 range. What's really cool is you can see at the bottom right of the screen, I have this fractal. That fractal goes back to last cycle. And this is something we've discussed most recently. This $100,000 kind of area has shown as some mental resistance. We look back at last cycle, around this moment, right before altcoin season hit, the $20,000 area was this mental resistance. This setup at that mental resistance is so similar to the setup that we're having right now at $100,000. So I took that fractal and I put it over here on this chart, and I'm just going to bring it over, and we're just going to kind of get a sense of the similarities of these moves. So we can kind of tweak it a little bit, especially because we're 4 years later here. But just look at this. This is a bullish setup at a very macro, mental resistant area right around altcoin season hitting, right around this moment of the bull market, similar to 2020. And look at this. We have this potential setup, and maybe we do. Maybe we dip lower to test the lower trend line. Maybe we even, in terms of this kind of pattern that's setting up, maybe we get a break out of the lower trend line, and this turns into a busted pattern, and Bitcoin finally makes its move to the upper range, $120,000. So that target, though, incredibly bullish for altcoins, because what will altcoins be doing in an environment like that? I think that is something to look at. But then we take this a step further, and we go to that October, November 2023 type of area when Bitcoin's really escaping. Just look at this setup on Bitcoin. Just check this out. This is exactly what I'm talking about. These rising channels for Bitcoin. This is November 2023. Breakout, right? So if you just look at that, not even just last cycle at this moment, but you look at this very similar area from just over a year ago, the setup is so similar. And when Bitcoin makes these power moves, it makes these power moves. I don't know what else to say. So this is what is in store, I would say, for Bitcoin to the upside. Always, especially, I mean, we're at $100,000. It is an area that Bitcoin has obviously been grappling with. We can't just rely solely on a breakout to the upside. There's obviously room to the downside if we continue this higher low area. I would say the 20-day moving average is that first area of support. Obviously, $100,000 is a key area of support, but the really important area of support, I would say, is the 20-day moving average, which is below 100,000. It's around 97,500. So if Bitcoin doesn't get the breakout right now and starts dipping, what's happening at that $97,500 area? Because just as it is, we have a breakout target to the upside, there's breakout target to the downside. We could be in the upper 80s out of this pattern before maybe trying to make another move for it to the upside. So be careful. But all in all, everybody, you see how this data is coming together. It's easy to look at back then, November 9th, 2023. Man, altcoin season's getting ready to start because obviously at that time we were getting a nice move out of the bear market. But from a cycle perspective, this is the moment. And right now, if you've been preparing, and even if you haven't been preparing, now is the urgent time to really start thinking about what it looks like in the next 300 days or so. So these are my thoughts today. Market's moving a little bit, but got to be careful. Got to pace ourselves. At least I do. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Turn notifications on. And if you enjoyed the content, hit the like button. Your support means a ton. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.